Hello everyone. Welcome to I think the third release candidate for 1.20.5, which means this is probably about to release maybe like tomorrow as recording this. So this might come out tomorrow, I don't know. But welcome to 1.20.5, which is the Armadillo dog update. I don't know what to call it, but we're going to go over all the main big features you want to know about 1.20.5 for this video. And we're going to start off with the main star, only second to probably the dogs, the Armadillo. So the Armadillo is a passive mob who spawns in the savannah, just the savannah, no special, any savannah is good, as well as any of the badland biomes. So let's take a little look at this guy. Here he is. Here's the little itty bitty guy, and here's the baby form. And a cool thing about these guys is that they can get scared. So let's say I like sprint at them like, yeah, like that. They kind of roll up, wait a little while, peek out, and then they go out. So if they detect nothing scary is happening, like me running or like a undead mob, they'll head out of their shell. But if they do detect something scary, they'll just stay in the ball. They take less damage, so I think you can't do any damage when they're in this form with a fist. But with something like a sword or a bow, you could probably do some damage. They're just more resistant when they're in this form, so they also stay in this form if you hit them for a while. You can come out now. Okay. Another thing that has to do with the Armadillo is his new item, the scute. So in order to get the scute, you're gonna need a brush. And when I say you're gonna need a brush, I mean you're gonna need brushes, because you're gonna need a lot of these. Because what you can do is you can brush this guy. Isn't it cute? So this being a creative does not show just how much this actually takes from the brush. So let me go into what is it? Survival. So you can get up to like maybe 4 scutes with one brush without like any enchantments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it just breaks. It takes up a lot of durability, but you can do it infinitely. So just gives another purpose for the brush and stuff. Let's go on to more things about more specifically the scute, because that's about it for the Armadillo. The scute is used to create dog armor. So the recipe looks like this. It's kind of like, it looks kind of like a dog or like a horse, more like it, kind of just like that. I think it's the same as horse armor. It's just with Armadillo scute, and you put this on dogs. So let me grab a dog. Why are you a woods dog? I don't know. Hey, no, come back. There we go. Okay, get in here. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do it out here then. So, in order to sit down. So, in order to put this on, all you have to do is right click on your dog with the armor, and it will put it on your dog. And if you want to take it off, you just have to use shears, and then you right click again. And then you can put it on and you get it back and all that stuff. So I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna show you some other things you can do with this. Sit down. You can also dye it, and this works just like leather armor. So let's say, for example, I want this color. I get this one, or maybe I just want pure red, like this, or maybe just pure pink. There we go. And then all I have to do is take off the armor and replace it with the new one, and then you got a new nice little dyed armor dog. So you can kind of color code them, as well as their colors if you want. So like this one's pink. This is a pure pink dog. I like this one. Oh, who's a good boy or girl? Let's go on to its functions. So what I have here are 2 dogs. This dog is wearing armor. This dog is not wearing armor. Let's see what happens if I do a around 20 block anvil fall. Dog number 1. Excuse me. Almost dead. Dog number 2. Full health with only ever so slight cracks. So what the dog armor does is it works pretty much like a shield. It negates all physical damage and instead takes away the durability of the armor. Yeah, so exactly how a shield works. Why am I flying? What the heck? There are some things that it can't take away. So for example, over here, it can't take away like environmental damage. So things like, wait, actually, maybe this was the bad idea because I'm pretty sure it actually does take away from lava damage. Can you get in the thing? Oh my. Fall in the lava. Okay, that was a bad idea. It does actually take away from lava damage. Okay, I don't need you to die, so you can just stay right here. Oh, nothing happened. But anyway, it does take away from environmental damage. Apparently, lava does not count as environmental damage. You sit down. Apparently, lava doesn't count as environmental damage because it was taking away armor from the durability. But things like drowning and I think powdered snow actually take... What? Oh, my lava. I think powdered snow takes away from the dog armor, so could you please get in for once? We're gonna see if it takes away. I'm just gonna wait here for a little while. Yeah, okay, it's this one. Yeah, this counts as environmental damage because, as you can see, the armor is not breaking, but the dog is indeed taking damage. And if I leave in here long enough, he'll probably die. So I'm just gonna sit you down, or not. Maybe just stay like that. Another thing that does damage to the dog is like drowning for environments, but also where the freak? Hello? Why are they in here? Okay, whatever. Is magic. So things like potions will like hurt the dog instead of the armor. So as you can see, yeah, it kills the dog. And you also get the armor back when the dog dies. I forgot to mention that. But what does work are obviously physical things. So like the sword. If I like accidentally hit my dog with like a sweeping attack, it'll just to have the armor take the damage instead. So, and he can tank a lot of shots actually. That's a good maybe like 10 hits from a netherite sword. What is this? Oh, okay, never mind. So one more feature with the armor is that you can fix it, and you don't even have to take it out from the dog to fix it. You can just do it on the go. All you have to do is walk up to the dog and hit him with some scoot. So this is the last stage of durability, visible durability before it breaks. So as you fix it, the armor will get cleaner and cleaner and cleaner and cleaner until it's good as new. Who's a good boy? About it for the armadillos and the wolf armor. We're gonna head on to the actual wolves now. Can you sit down? Sit down. Good. I've kind of separated them into their proper categories, so we'll see all sorts of like new types of dogs. So the first ones is what I call the family wolves, because the first one is what I call the family wolves. These wolves always spawn in packs of 4s. So our first family wolf type is the woods wolves. Now this is what they look like. They're like a very nice brown. And these guys spawn in the forest. I hope that doesn't burn. Yeah, they just spawn in the forest. These will be your most common type of wolves since forests are pretty much everywhere. And yeah, that's about it. I do like these dogs very much. They're a very solid color. And this is probably one of the first ones I'll find. The next type of wolf is the one we all know. Where's the third one? Did you guys kill him again? That's not the... Oh my... There we go. So yeah, this is the OG wolf. They're called the pale wolves now, and they spawn only in the taigas. There are different types of wolves depending on the taigas. But we'll go over them soon. Oh, actually, we're going over them right now. These are all just straight taigas. Huh. And then the next one is the ashen wolf. And this is I kind of think it looks like a husky, personally. But it's like a blue purplish color. And they spawn in the snowy taiga. I think these are also very solid and will probably one of the harder ones for me to find in my own world. So I hope you guys can find it in your worlds pretty easily. Next up is what I call the dual wolves. These usually only spawn in 2, but every now and then they can spawn in 4. So the first dual wolf is the black wolf. Now these spawn in the pine taigas, and they're black. I don't actually have much to say about these guys. I think these are a little bit. I think this is like my least favorite wolf type, just because it kind of just looks like you know when wolves get into the water and their textures get darker. That's what it looks like. It kind of confused me. But anyway, yeah, that's the black wolf in the pine taiga. The next one is the chestnut wolf, which is in the spruce taiga. Now, a little information for you guys. If you want to identify which one is a spruce taiga and which one is a pine taiga, you must look at the trees. Pine taigas have these long trees with have leaves at the very top. And spruce taigas are these big chunky trees. So if you find a forest with big chunky spruce, old spruce, that is a old spruce taiga. And if you find a old spruce or an old taiga with these tall lanky trees, that is a pine taiga. Okay. But anyway, chestnut wolves spawn in the spruce taiga, and this is what they look like. I like this one as well. It's very cute. It kind of looks like my old dog, although my dog was a bit more of a gold color. Anyway, that's a solid one. And the next one is, the next one is a rusty wolf, and these spawn in the sparse jungles. If you don't know what a sparse jungle is, look for a jungle that has like barely any trees. There's a reason it's called sparse jungle, so that's your hint. And they look like this. They are very orange, and I do like them. I actually have these in one of my snapshot worlds, and they're very cool. But overall, that was the dual wolves. And next, we're going on to what I call the pack wolves. These spawn in packs of 4 and sometimes 8. And there's only 2 of them, but these spawn in very different biomes compared to the last few, maybe except for the sparse jungle. So the first pack wolves are the spotted wolves, and these spawn in the Savannah Plateau. And this is what they look like. I think these have the most unique looking texture out of all of them. Well, actually, the next wolf also has a pretty unique looking texture. And yeah, if you don't know what a Savannah Plateau is, it's the ones on the top of the big hills. So if you're looking for these guys, look for Savannah on big hills. That's my tip for you. But moving on, next we have the striped wolves, which is actually my personal favorite of the wolves. They kind of look like hyenas from what I'm showing you right now. This is what they look like. And you find these guys in the wooded badlands. Now, this one's a little bit easier to spot because there's pretty much like no trees in the badlands except for the wooded badlands. So if you see like high up hills with badlands, in the badlands with like oak trees, that's wooded badlands. That's where you're gonna find the striped wolves. I also have these in my world. And then last but not least is the special type of wolf, the lone wolf, which spawns in only groups of 1, which is why I called it the lone wolf. And this is the snowy wolf, which spawns in the groves. If you don't know what a grove is, groves are the tree part of the mountains. So if you're like going up a mountain and you see like trees among like the cliffside, that's a grove. So you're gonna have to look for them here. You'll also recognize because there's lots of powdered snow in groves. And yeah, this is also just so happens to be the rarest dog type. And I think he looks kind of cool. He looks kind of like the pale wolf though. I don't know. I can definitely see the difference, but like it just kind of looks like the pale wolf. But anyway, that is all the dogs for 1.20.5. And oh my gosh. Let's ignore that and let's hop on to achievements. All right, so here are your new advancements for 1.20.5. I'm not sure how many there are, so I'm just going to go through the ones that I see. And the first one is in the adventure tab, and it's called Isn't It Scoot, which needs you to get Armadillo scoots from an armadillo using a brush. I don't think there's one for getting one where it just sheds it off. I forgot to mention that it does shed it off every now and then, but it's just faster to use the brush. I don't know. And then the other ones are all in here. So the first one that I saw was this one, Good as New, which needs you to repair damaged wolf armor using Scute. And the next one, which is I think the last one, is the whole pack, which needs you to tame one of each wolf variant. And that's about it for all the main things about 1.20.5 that you'll see. There are a bunch of commands and stuff. I didn't really look at them though, and I don't really plan to. And well, I will eventually. I just won't cover them. So look for like a techie YouTuber for that. But that is it for 1.20.5. I hope you'll be able to find. That noise scares me. I hope you'll be able to find any of the dogs you want or any of the armadillos for you to make your armor with for your dogs and bring them on an adventure. And without further ado, this is Veil2059 signing out. Goodbye.